When the stars flickered out above Ravenshade for the first time in 100 years, I knew one truth with absolute certainty. Morvane was not dead, and whatever crawled back into the waking world was far worse than the creature I had faced beneath the cavern of shattered light. For the second time since the black moon marked Elena's wrist and mine, the night itself recoiled from the darkness coming for her. That is where my story begins. Elena and I were returning from the village outskirts when the sky dimmed, not like a cloud passing, but as though an unseen hand smothered the heavens. Elena froze. Wind tugged at her cloak. The mark on her wrist stirred beneath her skin, glowing faintly like an ember clinging to life. "Is it happening again?" she whispered. "Something stirs," I answered. "Something old. Something I had prayed never to face again." Her fingers brushed mine, hesitant but seeking truth. "Morvane." I lowered my gaze to hers. "I destroyed only the shell he wore," I said, "not the force that made him." And as if summoned by her fear, a sound tore through the distant woods, a low, resonant boom like a giant breath shuddering through the mountains. The ground trembled. "Elena," I said, voice hard, "get behind me." Because standing at the tree line, half-shaped from shadow and bone, Morvane returned. He no longer resembled the creature I had struck down. This Morvane towered, cloaked in a darkness thicker than before, as though the night clung to his skin like armor. His eyes burned, not with the red fire of the black moon, but with something far colder. "Elena," he said, voice distorted, "you survived the binding." He stepped forward. With every footfall, the ground blackened. "Your power belongs to me." Elena backed away, but the glow on her wrist brightened, her rising strength humming in the air. "Stay behind me," I warned again. Morvane's laugh cracked the silence. "You think you can shield her? You barely survived our last encounter." I moved before he finished speaking. Steel met shadow as my blade clashed against his clawed hand. The force rippled through the clearing. Elena staggered back from the shockwave. Morvane tilted his head. "You are weaker, Dracula. The bond drains you." He was right. Every day since that cavern, I felt a piece of my immortal strength flowing into Elena, deepening the link between us, strengthening her, tempering me. But I had no intention of letting Morvane touch her. Not then. Not ever. We clashed again, fire against darkness, strength against corruption. But he was faster, stronger, reborn with purpose that was no longer entirely his own. "You should not have lived," he growled. "The black moon chooses its vessels it does not share." I snarled back. "Elena is not a vessel." He smirked. "She is now." The battle shook the forest for minutes that felt like hours. My strength waned. Elena's mark glowed brighter, pulsing with each blow we exchanged. Then, in the crush of combat, a sound pierced the chaos, a whisper that did not belong in this world. Morvane straightened suddenly, as though hearing a call only he could interpret. "The moon wakes," he murmured. He stared past me, toward Elena. "The echoes want her." That single sentence carved ice into my spine. Before I could strike, Morvane dissolved into smoke, vanishing with a ripple of dark air, leaving nothing but scorched ground behind. Elena rushed to me. "Are you hurt?" "Not in ways you can see," I replied, because I knew what his disappearance meant. He had withdrawn because he was no longer fighting alone. The days that followed were uneasy. Though the sun shone, though villagers went about their tasks, though life continued with careful normalcy, I could feel the disturbance beneath the earth, the subtle tug of the black moon as its dormant power stirred. Elena felt it too. Her mark glimmered at night, casting soft light across her chamber walls. Sometimes it pulsed in rhythm with her heartbeat, sometimes with mine. "Dracula," she said one evening as we stood on the ramparts. "Will it get worse?" "Yes," I said simply. "Morvane will return, stronger every time. And I," she looked down at her wrist, "what am I becoming?" "You are becoming what the bond shapes," I said, "but not what the black moon intends. Not while I stand." She nodded slowly, though uncertainty lingered in her gaze. But there was something else too. Courage. The same quiet strength that had saved us all beneath the cavern. 3 days after Morvane's return, a dense fog rolled into Ravenshade. Not the natural kind. This one carried cold whispers that bent the air itself. I heard the warning before I saw her. A whisper at the edge of consciousness. Old, female, cruel. When the fog cleared, a figure stood at the gates. A woman cloaked in deep green, hair like silver silk, eyes reflecting a dark moonlight. Her presence made the torches sway. She bowed her head. "Lord Dracula." I stepped in front of Elena. "Name yourself." "Lady Valoria," she said softly, "archivist of the Eclipse Order." Elena stiffened. "The what?" Valoria smiled, slow and sharp. "Those who preserve the history of the Black Moon and those who shape its future." My jaw tightened. "You should not be here." "And yet I am," she replied. "My purpose is simple." Her gaze slid to Elena. "I have come for the girl." Elena stepped back. I bared my fangs. "You will not touch her." Valoria's smile widened. "I have no need. Morvane will bring her to me." Elena's breath caught. "Why?" Valoria lifted a hand. The fog behind her spiraled, forming a familiar silhouette. Morvane emerged, but not alone. He knelt at Valoria's side, head bowed, a shadow-bound knight devoted to his queen. "She restored me," he growled. "She is the true heir of the Black Moon." Valoria's eyes gleamed. "And together we will claim what belongs to us." Steel clashed. Walls trembled. The battle spilled across Ravenshade like a storm of darkness and fire. I faced Morvane again, not the creature from the cavern, nor the shadow from the forest, but a reforged monster wrapped in Valoria's power. He moved with savage precision. His blows rained like thunder, but I fought harder, driven not by power, but by purpose. Behind us, Elena defended the villagers. The mark on her wrist burned bright, a golden flame laced with strands of my own strength. She raised her hand toward a collapsing beam, and light surged from her palm. It stopped the fall, saved the children beneath. Even Morvane paused. "She awakens," he murmured. Valoria's eyes sharpened with hunger. "She will fuel the moon's rebirth." I lunged at her, blade flashing. She lifted her hand. Power rippled outward and sent me crashing through stone. Morvane pinned me, his claws dug into my chest. "You cannot win," he hissed. "The Black Moon rises again." I shoved him back. "I will tear apart the sky before I let you have her." He laughed low, bitter. "You are weakened, Dracula. The bond drains you. Soon it will devour you. Then I will die protecting her." Before he could strike again, light exploded behind us. Elena stood on the keep steps. Her wrist glowed brighter than the torches, brighter than moonlight itself. She raised her hand. "Enough." The burst of light sent Morvane and Valoria staggering. The courtyard fell silent. Valoria stared at Elena, eyes wide with something close to awe. "It has begun," she whispered. "The moon reawakens." After the battle, Eleanor and I withdrew to the highest tower overlooking the dark valley. Ravenshade still smoldered, the villages rebuilt under torchlight. Eleanor's voice trembled. Dracula, the light that came from me. What is it? I studied her wrist. The mark pulsed steadily, brighter than before, its lines shifting like living metal. It is the bond, I said, but more than that. Tell me, she said. It grows because you grow, I explained. Your strength rises because the black moon wants you, needs you, but it does not control you. She swallowed hard. It wants me for what? To complete its return. The air stilled. And Morvane, she whispered, will stop at nothing to claim you. He believes your power belongs to him. She wrapped her arms around herself. And Valoria? She asked. She is older, cunning. She wants the moon reborn, and herself enthroned above its followers. Elena looked toward the ruined courtyard. So they're coming again. Yes, I answered. She met my eyes. And you'll protect me. I stepped closer, feeling the bond hum between us, with every breath I have left. That night the sky throbbed with faint red light, like a heartbeat trying to return to life. The black moon was awakening, not yet whole, not yet risen, but stirring beneath the world like a creature turning in its sleep. Morvane would come again. Valoria would strike soon, and Elena. Elena was becoming the single most powerful force either of them had ever feared or desired. I watched her as she slept, the mark glowing softly against her skin. She had no idea how strong she was becoming, or how much power she wields. As the echoes deepened across the valley, one truth hardened in my chest. The black moon wants her. Morvane hunts her. Valoria plots to claim her. And I would burn kingdoms to ash before I let them take her. The echoes were rising, the night was shifting, and darkness was coming for us all.